For this next section, I will depend on the website Espresso English, which gives quick lessons for English learners on a variety of topics. I encourage you to watch their video later if you want to hear all of the details. And let me take the time to also repeat or state what I really think is necessary for you is to listen to a lot of English. You need to have so much input from different speakers before you can have really good output. It's another reason why I felt it's important for me to make my audio clear for you rather than doing it live on WebEx. You need to be comfortable inputting lots of language. Okay, 15 phrases for speaking polite English. I am going to review their samples, but I'm not going to give the same analysis as them. So if you would like that, please do read this again by yourself or watch their video. What I'm really interested is the idea of pronouns. A pronoun is he, she, you, it. It's a noun which substitutes for another noun. This is when two speakers already agree on what the main noun is, and then it's okay to say it, they, you, and so on, I. Most of these cases where it sounds rude is because the pronoun placement is not correct, and we can switch it around. So let me show you. We'll go through their first one. So the first one's pretty easy. It says, I want a hamburger. Well, that's rude. And yeah, that does indeed sound like what a kid says. I want a hamburger. We know that we don't say that. You want to say something like, I'd like a hamburger, or I'll have a hamburger, please. Okay, now in this case, actually, the pronoun doesn't change. It's always I. But you might imagine another sentence such as, give me a hamburger, which is even more rude. When you say, give me a hamburger, it actually means you give me a hamburger. So that's where you is the subject. That is often a little bit rough or rude when you're trying to get something from a person. So look at this next case. If you say, send me the report. And even if you are a non-native speaker and you just say, send me the report. You're not trying to be rude. It sounds a little bit short, a little bit rude. So that's why it says, could you send me the report? Another way to switch this with the pronoun, how could you put I at the beginning of this? Can you think of it? I'll give you one more second. Okay, how about, I would like the report, please, or something like that. Or, may I have the report, please? Something like that sometimes makes your language softer. But of course, there are these traditional ways using things like could, or in this case, I would means, I'd means would. So using could, would, should, may, this often makes your language softer and nicer, but that's actually my next module. So let's continue on this theme of pronouns. Go away, or leave me alone. No, that's not rude. That's not nice, because that means you go away. You leave me alone. I would prefer if you said something like this. Sorry, I'm a bit busy right now. This shifts the problem from you to me. This means I have a problem. Please let me deal with my problem. If you say, you leave me alone, you have a problem, you go away, it puts all of the stress and the pressure on you rather than on me. It's the same meaning, but the way that it lands on the listener's ears is much nicer if you put the problem on yourself. Let's look at how the next one works. If you say, tell me when you're available. It's a lot nicer to say, let me know when you're available. Okay, and now, to be honest, the subject doesn't change in both of these sentences. You is the subject. You tell me when you're available. You let me know. So this is a little bit of a different situation where let is doing the work here. Let is looser word than tell. I think, let me do 2 more on here. You're wrong. Or even if you say that's wrong, still doesn't have a very nice effect on the listener. So let's start a problem with myself and start with I. I think you might be mistaken. I also really encourage this one. Actually is a wonderful way to show a little bit of respect and hesitancy. Actually, I'm not sure that's correct. Or, actually, I didn't think about it that way. I thought maybe, okay, if there's a problem, try to go me first language. If there's something good, on the other hand, try to go you for first language. So if your group did something successfully, you could say, you did a great job. Thanks so much for helping me. Something like that. Final one. If you just say, that's a bad idea, it doesn't mean you did a bad job. You have a bad idea. But still, that is your idea. So put it back on mine. Say, I'm not sure that's a good idea. They also put, so I have a few concerns about that. Something like that. Okay, so you can finish reading through this one, but I want to just highlight to you that's another element of this formal speech, is choosing the pronoun carefully. Please consider that.